In this video, I want to talk a little bit more about data types. This isn't something that I really made evidence over the past several videos, but whenever you create a new variable, what you're doing is you're actually creating an instance of that data type. So let me show you really quickly. So we're going to say let, and I'll just say string1 equals this is an instance. And then we'll do another string. Let's say string2. This is a second instance. So what we have here, we do have two variables, string1, string2, but they're also considered to be two separate instances, instance 1 and instance 2. So why is this important? Well, every data type you can encounter in Swift has a series of properties and methods that go along with instances of that data type. So in this case, the data type is going to be string. So any instances of string, like this one and this one, any instances of string can use the properties and the methods of that particular data type. So what's a property and what's a method? Well, property, think of it as an adjective. So when you look at this sentence right here, what do you see? How many letters does it have? How many characters? What does it begin with? What does it end with? How many capital letters are there? These are all adjectives describing this string, and those are essentially properties. Properties are anything that describes that instance of the data type. Now a method is similar to what we already know as a function. A function is it's like a verb. It performs some action. And that's basically what a method does as well, is it performs some action. It doesn't necessarily make any changes to the instance. Like it doesn't have to delete words or add words or anything like that, but it can just it can read the instance or read the string and then do something based on that information. And there are many methods that do many different things. I'm only going to cover a few of the really basic ones in this video, so we're not going to get too much in depth, but what's important is you understand the difference between a property and a method, because we will be creating our own properties and our own methods later on. We will be creating our very own data types. So the data types we've been using so far have been integer, string, double, and boolean. We will be creating our very own unique custom data types. But that's in a future video. Don't worry about that right now. Just keep that in the back of your mind. So first I want to show you a basic property of strings. So we're going to just call it our string1 variable right here, string1, and we're going to invoke the property. So the most common property that we can use is something called count. And what that does is it returns the total number of characters in the string. So there are 19 characters. So there are 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yep, there are 19 characters in this string. Pay attention that blank spaces do count as characters. So this would be 5 characters right there because it includes the space. So that's the property. You always invoke a property by using a period. So you have the variable name followed by a period followed by the name of the property. Now let's show a couple examples of methods. So remember, a property is like an adjective, whereas a method is like a verb, a very specialized verb. So we'll do string again, string1, and we'll invoke the method called uppercase. What this does is it gives some sort of output that shows what this string would look like if it was completely capitalized. And unfortunately, looks like my playground is running slowly again. Let me restart really quickly, and I'll be back in a minute. Alright, we're back, And as you can see in the sidebar, it is completely capitalized. See? Capitalized version. However, also keep in mind that the actual string itself up here has not been changed. String 1 still reads as that right there. So if I try to show the string again, it's still going to show as being normal. So this uppercased method right here, it doesn't actually alter the string itself. All it does is basically copy the string and then make that copy become completely uppercase. What you can do if you want is you can create a brand new variable and set it equal to this uppercase value. So let's say I'll call a variable upper string, set it equal to the uppercase version. And then what we can do is show that this upper string is in fact uppercase. So we can refer to string 1 if you want the original string, or you can refer to upper string if you want the uppercase version of the string. You can also do the same thing, well actually the reverse thing, where instead of using uppercase, and by the way, just a quick thing to point out, method will always end with 2 parentheses, whereas a property does not have parentheses. I just wanted to make sure to point that out to you. But anyways, back to my original point. You can also do lowercase, which does the exact reverse. Instead of making everything uppercase, it makes everything lowercase. So this T is no longer capitalized, it's lowercase, everything is. I'm going to show you a couple more examples of methods. The first one is going to be something called has prefix. So again, you begin by invoking the name of the string variable, and then you get the method name, so has prefix. And what this does is whatever is inside the parentheses, it will look at the string up here, and it'll see if whatever is in the parentheses, if that matches what is at the beginning of the string. So if I put the word this, like so, we're going to get the result of true, because the string up here does in fact begin with this. Now if I were to uncapitalize this and go lowercase, we'll get false because it's case sensitive. So this with all lowercase letters does not match this with one uppercase letter. And as you can probably guess, the counterpart is has suffix. It operates the exact same way. So instance, it does in fact end with the word instance, so we get true. If maybe I decide to put a period over here, then what would happen is we get false because this string no longer ends with the word instance. It actually ends with the word instance followed by a period. So I would just add a period down here, and this false over here would become true, like so. And you don't even have to include the entire word. You can just include like the last couple of characters and still will give you a true result, because it's whatever the last characters are. So it ends with an E followed by a period, which is correct up here. So that's all I want to go over regarding types, properties, and methods. Make sure to know the difference between the three. Know what a type is, what a property is, which is a descriptive adjective, and what a method is, which is a verb. We'll be revisiting this in the future when we create our own data types, our own properties, and our own methods. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.